Hello Year 7, and this is your second Discover More tutorial for this week's Discover More task. This week's Discover More task is due on Wednesday the 11th of November, and we are still discovering more about the world. The faculty that has planned your task this week is the Health and Wellbeing faculty, and the skill you will be developing is data analysis. You will need to make sure that you upload photographs of all of your completed work to Teams before you bring your Discover More book back into registration on Wednesday the 11th of November. If you need help to use Teams and upload your work, we will be able to help you during registration if this is the last resort, but please use the tutorial link that I have attached to your class charts to help you. This week's homework is set by the Health and Wellbeing faculty, and you will need to be able to read these two separate graphs. So before you do that, I am just going to quickly explain to you what these graphs are showing. So, this first graph is changes in overweight percentage in 13-year-old boys between the years 2001 and 2013 and 14. So this top graph is about boys. The bottom graph is exactly the same but about girls. Each country is along the bottom, and you have the same countries on each graph. Up the side, it tells you the overweight percentage. So how many people, the percent of the people at age 13, either boys or girls in that country, that are overweight. For each country, you will see that there is two bars, a blue bar and a red bar. The blue bar tells you the percentage of boys or girls that are overweight in that country in 2001. The red bar tells us the same information but for 2013 and 2014. When reading this graph, for example, if we look at Latvia, you will see that for 13-year-old boys, Latvia in 2001, the percentage of people overweight was at about 8%, and in 2013 it increased, so there are more people overweight, okay, at about 12%. That is for boys. And you can also look at then what it was like for girls. So girls had a much bigger increase in the percentage overweight than between the 2 years than the boys. This is the type of thing you need to be looking at and comparing when answering these tasks. Task 1 is to describe the changes in obesity for boys and girls in Wales. So you are going to need to look at both bar graphs. So look at both of the graphs. The top graph is for boys and the bottom graph is for girls. So as you can see, I have circled the parts of both graphs that you are going to need to look at to create your answer for this task. You'll be writing it in the form of a paragraph. And some questions you may want to ask yourself to put in your answer is, has the data increased or decreased? So has the percentage of people overweight got bigger or lowered between the 2 years? Has the obesity levels increased or decreased? Look at the data to calculate how much they have changed. And is it the same for the boys and the girls? So have the boys and the girls both either increased or decreased, or are they different? Just in a couple of sentences, describe the changes in obesity for boys and girls in Wales. Pause this video and then move on when you are ready to complete the next task. Task 2. This is exactly the same task, but you are looking at Malta instead of Wales. So I've circled Malta for you on the graphs. Again, look at both of the graphs to compare the information. Has the data increased or decreased? Has obesity levels increased or decreased? You can look at the data on the side to look at what the exact percentage is and calculate the difference. to make your answer even better? And is it the same for the boys and the girls? Again, pause this video to complete this task and then move on to the next one. Task 3, again, is the same task, but this time looking at Ukraine. Ukraine is the first piece of information on the graph. So look at the Ukraine bars on both graphs to compare the information. Has the data increased or decreased? Has the level of obesity increased or decreased? Look at the data to calculate how much they have changed. And is it the same for the boys and the girls? So these are things you should be including in your answer. Finally, for task 4, this is to explain what ideas the government could put in place to overcome this issue. So what things can the government do to help reduce child obesity and try to keep children in Britain fit and healthy? An example of this would be to make sure that children have the opportunity to have free swimming in all public swimming pools over the summer holidays. This would encourage pupils and children to go swimming and get some exercise. What other things do you think the government can do? You could research what the government are already doing, or think of your own ideas and write these either as bullet points or as a paragraph. But you do not just say what they can do, you need to explain why it would benefit children. Once you have completed the tasks to the best of your ability, please try to do as many of the Something for Weekend challenges as possible. These challenges, you will get an achievement point for each one that you complete. To achieve bronze, which is every single person should be able to achieve bronze, you will need to go on a nature walk and take photographs of your walk. For example, you could go along the Taffs Trail or Barry Sidings, as long as it is safe to do so. You can then stick these photographs in your books or put them on your teams. For Silver Award, watch a sports match in person or on TV and write a review of the match. When you are writing a review, you are writing your opinion. So what things were good, what things were bad, what things could be improved, and what could you change. For the Gold Award, you will need to either create your own at-home fitness workout by videoing yourself doing the workout for other people to follow, or you can write down the instructions in your book of what your at-home fitness workout would look like. This will help us all to keep fit and healthy at home. So, Year 7, good luck with this week's task. Remember to read the graph properly, listen to the tips that I've given you for each task, complete each task to the best of your ability, and attempt as many Something for Weekend challenges as you can. Upload photographs of all of your work to your form class teams. Have a great week, guys.